Hi everyone, welcome back to another Rupaul Drag Race X Pokemon YouTube video. And today, in celebration of Season 15's top 4, I'll be giving each queen in the top 4 Pokemon. And additionally, in those Pokemon team, I've included a Mega Evolution for each, representing their legendary status. And as well, I've given each queen a type specialty based on their personalities, looks, and other factors. So let's begin. So first up is Anitra, and Anitra is very quick for me. I got the type right away, and that is the fighting type. So Anitra has done martial arts in the past, including Taekwondo, and as you'll see later on, this really fits her style. Her even her scar fits that vibe of a fighting type master. So yeah, and so the first Pokemon I'll be giving to Anitra is Blaziken. So Blaziken was a very easy choice because it's a bird, kind of like chicken. So you better walk that fucking duck. So that worked out great. And then the colors for Anitra's, what is it called? Not fashion show, but talent show. So the colors for her talent show outfit were perfect. And once again, we can see the martial arts kicking in, where she's breaking a plank of wood. And actually, fun fact, I've done that too. I used to take Taekwondo, so respect to her. Yeah, so this choice is very easy first up. Next up for Anitra, what I've decided to give her is Lucario. Now, Lucario was based mainly on the colors of her runways, but her laser, her glove runway was really cool and kind of reminded me of Aura Sphere, the one that Lucario uses all the time. So again, referencing the colors, the jewels, maybe even the spikes on Lucario's hands. And lastly, Lucario looks like it has a mean resting bitch face. So yeah, it's a fun little link there just for everyone. All right, next up for Anitra, we have Minxiao. So Minxiao like has, I guess, these whips kind of as hands. And those kind of look similar to the drapes in the makeover outfit, I thought. Additionally, Mian Xiao is based on Asian martial arts, specifically Kung Fu, which is very different from what Anitra has been trained in Taekwondo, but it still represents her Asian heritage, being a Filipino and Japanese descendant. So I thought that was a great fit just to represent her Asian side, especially because we haven't had a lot of Asian drag race queens make it to the top 4, nonetheless even win, except for like Raja. So I thought it was important to mark that out. All right, lastly for Anitra, for her Mega Evolution, we have Mega Lopunny, which is a great choice, especially because I love Mega Lopunny. So Mega Lopunny is specifically referencing the Boss Bitch lip sync battle, where she is literally a stunt queen in this. She jumps over Marsha, and it's fucking crazy. Additionally, you can see the ripped jeans, or not the ripped jeans, the ripped leggings on Mega Lopunny, kind of referencing the look she's even in with the rips. Her legs look great, like Anitra. She's very sexy, like Anitra. Anyways, the whole thing is giving, and we love. So, Free Willy! So with that, we are done with Anitra, and we'll be moving on to Sasha Colby. So for Sasha, I've decided to give her the Psychic type, mainly because of her wisdom. You know, she's been around for a very long time in the drag community, and she knows a lot of things. So wisdom and knowledge kind of goes into that psychic vibe, as well as the color pink, where you see Sasha wear pink a lot, and she's comfortable in that color. So I thought it was very fitting. And so first up for Sasha Colby is Espeon. So Espeon was inspired because it's like a wise cat, it's an elegant cat, and it kind of has an alien-like appearance to me, especially in its shiny, where it's like dark green, referencing kind of like Alienware, what I've always thought. This is a fun little gag because like Mothership has arrived, you know, in her alien look itself during the music video. Additionally, there is both these outfits are pink, but there's also other pink outfits she's worn on the runway. Once again, referencing the color of Espeon and kind of fitting the whole psychic vibe itself. So next up, for Sasha, I gave her Gothitelle. And this one was very surprising. Me initially, as a person, I didn't think Sasha would go so deep into the dark-sided, kind of like fucked up, like be afraid to get ugly. That was just my preconceived notion because I just heard she was a legend in the pageant community. So it's really nice to see her go into these gothic, darker sides, darker characters, especially with her talent show referencing cranberries and I think mental health with the straight jar. What is it? What are those called? The restraining jackets. Anyways, so her gothic styles led me to think of Gothitale, and also Gothitale has a unique headpiece kind of that kind of looks like her one of her first runways in the corner there. That has like the giant headpiece, which is very pageant, but it worked out really well because she also wears a lot of headpieces that are really big. So next up, we have Oricorio Pauf form. So this one was a perfect fit. I knew I wanted to give Sasha something from Alola, which is the Pokemon equivalent of Hawaii. So Oricorio is actually based on the Hawaiian creeper, which is like a bird. I think they have like a lot of forms, which is the gag here. They have like a lot of not genetic variation, but species and subspecies and everything like that. So it was a great fit because it's actually named after a pa'u skirt, a traditional dancing skirt in Hawaiian cultures. So that worked out perfectly. The link is there automatically, even with Sasha Colby being Hawaiian and her entrance look referencing Hawaii culture. And also this look for her makeover was almost identical in color scheme and vibe to Oricorio, so that worked out perfectly. And lastly, the thing that really set everything into place was Oricorio's dancer ability, because just like Sasha, they're both dancers. I think Sasha was trained professionally at a dance school, question mark? I don't know. I know she's a dancer for sure, so that worked out perfectly. Lastly, for Sasha Colby, I've decided to give her Mega Gardevoir. This is actually a tough choice, but it ended up working out really well. And I'll explain why it was a tough choice in a bit. But Mega Gardevoir represents pageantry, pageant-like dresses, big white dresses, regal, elegant natures, which is also referencing her final look in the actual show before the reunion, where she wore this elegant white dress that's beautiful. And this also references her winning Miss Continental in 2012, because, I don't know, to me, like, Gardevoir represents royalty, and royalty in, like, the pageant world would be, like, winning, and winning is Miss Continental, for sure. And I guess I also get the vibe of Diantha, because she's, like, the champion of the region, so this also makes me think of, like, a champion. So there's my explanation for Mega Gardevoir, and with that, we are done with Sasha. Now moving on, we have Lux, and for Lux, I've given her the fairy typing because of her playful nature, her mischievous intent, I guess, her colorful character, and her attraction to the color pink. She also looks really good in the color pink, so that worked out really well. So first up, we have Wigglytuff. I've decided to give Lux Wigglytuff because it's pink, which worked out really well for a lot of Lux's runways. Jigglypuff has a sassy nature in the anime especially, so its evolution is just a bit stronger. Jigglypuff also is a singer, and Lux has a lot of songs out on Spotify, so peep that. So she's kind of a singer and musician. Jigglypuff also has sassy nature in the anime, and so does Wigglytuff, if I'm not mistaken. And lastly, tough is in the name, so it's like, she's a tough bitch, she loves. Gag them a bit, faux show. So I thought that was a good fit. It just felt very natural for this one. Next up we have Hatterene. Okay, this one was really obvious, especially because of that one outfit, the hat outfit. The colors just match very perfectly. But other than that, Lux is obsessed with hats. In her conventional look, she wears that hat, and then in the workroom, she wears the black hat. And then even in her What You Packin' video, she has another hat. She just looks good in the hats, I won't lie. Hatterene also references her sassy nature. Hatterene will shut a person up real quick if she senses emotions that are too strong. So she'll clock a bitch, basically. As well as the pink and blue collar combo. Like I said previously, Lux loves wearing that. And yeah, the outfit matched perfectly. So this one was a no-brainer as well. Next up for Lux, we have Alolan Ninetales. Now, $10 to the person who guessed this before because, ta-da! It's very obvious. So the design, I immediately thought of Alolan Ninetales for the design challenge. Honestly, one of my favorite looks of the season. I love this look. She looks great. It reminds me of Sugar Plum Fairy vibes. So once again, playing into that fairy type. And there's also a special link for this Pokemon later on in the episode, and I'll explain that just in a wee bit. Oh, I also haven't forgot about Sasha's explanation. Let me think about that one, okay? So yeah, Snow, easy, delicate, beautiful, worked out perfectly. All right, lastly, for Lux, I decided to give her Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile because it's for the issues. Trust. So, I feel like Lux has an obsession with hair, which is so valid. Her hair is like lovely, but especially long, flowy hair. She has an emphasis on her hair, even in the referencing the old ball challenges. She decided on the hair ball, which is a great choice, honestly, and that looks amazing. And the thing that really solidified it is that Mega Mawile has these big emphasized hairs that again kind of come to life. So there's that emphasis on hair. They're both black hair, which is great. It worked out good. And lastly, for Mega Mawile is wearing pants, and Lux is not afraid to wear pants on the runway, even winning her design challenge for the Michelle Visage, whatever it was, the house, wearing pants. And here in her entrance look, it was also pants. So that worked out. The thing with Sasha Kobe that was hard for the Mega Gardevoir is because Mega Gardevoir is also a fairy type, and so I debated giving Mega Gardevoir to Lux, but I felt like this was just a better fit in general. So hopefully that works out. I think it does. So there you go. Lux is all done, and we'll be finally moving on to Mistress. So for Mistress, I decided to give her the fire typing because of her spicy attitude, Latina origins, her shitster attitude, a fire starter kind of, and her tendency to wear warmer colors, especially red. Oh, and she's from Texas, so like that always makes me think of red as well. So first up for Mistress is Ninetales. So Ninetales specifically references her pageant life, fur coats for ornaments? I don't know. Like just fur everywhere. Like you can see it in the right picture. She's wearing like these kind of foxtail, like I don't know what to call those. Oh God. I'm not. I don't know. I'm just gonna say no, not a stirrer. No, I'm stupid. Anyways, it's like you get the gag. It's like an addition. Okay, I didn't go to fashion school, not yet. So that works out really well. And here's just another picture showing like she's worn like yellowish tones. She kind of has that blonde hair that she references a lot, similar to Ninetales' hair. And yeah, I think this works great for like again referencing her pageant, her congenial self. So that's great there. Next up for Mistress was Volcarona. Volcarona was like a perfect match. It was great. So Volcarona has some fur, again referencing her boas that she likes to wear on the runway, her larger than life fashion choices kind of vibe. And then the colors of the outfits worked perfectly. This is from her makeover challenge, as well as her final runway look, which is amazing and to die for. So it matches the colors of Volcarona's blue body and Volcarona's kind of like reddish yellow wings, as well as there was that pattern that you can see in Volcarona's wings that's kind of referenced in like the leopard patterns within Mistress's dress. So I love this. Yeah. Next up for Mistress is Magmortar. So Magmortar is here to represent her big girl attitude and her big girl presentation on the show. She's the heavyweight champ, as she likes to say, as well as the outfits and the colors she likes to wear, especially red and yellow. This also just reminds me of her little tit movement, like, which is like honestly so entertaining. So this is just to represent that, spicy side of her, that fiery side of her that we all enjoy and love to see. Now, lastly, for Mistress. Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to mention. So basically, the gag is that Lux has Alolan Ninetales, whereas Mistress has normal Ninetales because they're kind of sisters. In that way, I always see them on the show, kind of like, you know, not ganging up on someone, but like, shit, just talking and disturbing all together. And yeah, it kind of represents their sisterhood throughout the show. So that was a little fun fact. So lastly, for Mistress, I've decided to give her Mega Camerupt. And this was a tough choice as well because there's not a lot of fire type megas that suited Mistress, but I actually ended up finding a lot of similarities between Mega Camerupt. So this seemed like the best choice, and I'll explain why. So if obviously it's representing the drama that started with Mistress this season, um, kind of stating that like I guess the explosion, like eruptions of emotions, maybe drama, tea, everything like that. Um, Specifically, I also just watched like the Bob diss track on Mistress and Mistress's response. So like again, she's not afraid to play into the drama and have fun with it, which is why we all love her. So that kind of worked out. Additionally, the final runway she has here, I think for the live event, sincerely looks like Mega Camerupt, almost to a T. Like her hair being the volcano almost, and like maybe the train there or like the trim being the volcanic base, which is what I added right here. You can kind of see that style. And lastly, what I wanted to mention is that Mega Camerupt has an M on its forehead. You can see it right there, um, which is potentially referencing Mega Evolution. But in this case, I'm going to say it's for Mistress. So there's another link for you. And I guess, yeah, just to sum it all up, Mistress is definitely a fire type because she wears a ton of warm colors, as you've seen in like all these pictures. So again, referencing magma, warm, yellow, orange, red tones. Cool. So with that, that's everyone. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Me personally, I am rooting for Anitra. She's really made me excited every single episode. Um, Otherwise, I think Sasha is amazing. I think she is very down to earth, which was very surprising, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Lux is a joy to watch on the runway. I think all her outfits were stunning, and personally, I think my style of drag, if I ever did it, would be similar to Lux's. And lastly, Mistress was a great drag queen and honestly had some of the best looks as discussed by Bob and Monet in Sibling Rivalry or Watchery. And she really pulled a lot of great moments out of the show. So we have her to thank for all our memes and everything. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.